What's going on, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to the Kaiba Show. This week, Netflix has finally dropped Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, the last film that we have with the great Chadwick Boseman. So let's get it.
Welcome to the Kaiba Show.
All right, people. So Ma Rainey is directed by George C. Wolfe. It is starring Viola Davis, Chadwick Boseman, and Glenn Turman. And basically, the premise of the movie is the setting is set in 1927 in Chicago. It's a hot summer day, and they're set in a recording studio, and there's basically tension between Chadwick's character Levy and Ma Rainey and Chadwick with his bandmates. So there's a lot of tension going on. Ma Rainey has tension with her white manager and the white man that's in charge of the studio. And there's just a whole lot of tension that's brewing this whole day. And that's basically all I'm going to say about the premise of this movie. And let's get right into it. So let me start off by saying this. Leading up to the movie, I did not realize that this movie is based off of August Wilson's playwright. And if you know anything about August Wilson, he is a famous modern day playwright, and he made one of the famous plays that I loved. I read it back when I was much younger in college, called Fences. So once I found out leading up to the release of this movie that August Wilson made this is based off of one of his plays that he wrote, I knew this movie was going to be good because he is an amazing playwright. And like I said, for the modern day age, he's like one of the best of the best, we shall say. So going straight into it, the story was awesome. No questions. The acting, Viola Davis, Chadwick, Glenn, everybody did an awesome job in this movie. They embodied the blues is heavy into the African American culture, and this play, the movie itself, shines a light on that. You know, Black people back in the day looked at blues as a way to keep striving, to give them some hope. And if you didn't understand the Black struggle, you didn't really understand where the blues came from. And I love how they shine light. They hint that in the movie. Because, they didn't sing just to sing because they felt like singing, or, it brought joy to them. There was some story behind the blues. And Ma Rainey's character is titled as the godmother of the blues. And leading up to the movie, I didn't realize that this is actually based off of an actual woman who is named Ma Rainey, and she was one of the leading founders of the blues. So, Black people back in the day used this as a way to get by, like I said before. So I loved how they hinted that in the movie. And I highly suggest that if you have any free time this weekend, you need to go check out Ma Rainey. It shines light on a lot of topics that I don't want to get into because it's going to ruin it. And I definitely don't want to ruin it for nobody. I want you guys to go in there with an open mind and just know that the stuff that's brought up in this play is still going on in today's society almost 100 years later, people. That's crazy how history repeats itself. So, and as much as I want to spoil it and talk about some of the stuff that happens, I can't. But I will say there is a scene where Chadwick is retelling a situation from his childhood, and it's a very compelling story, which happened to a lot of Black families all the time. And the emotions that he put in that scene will definitely bring some tears to your eyes. And I would love to talk about it, but I can't because I don't want to ruin it. But the stuff that he mentions that happens, that was an everyday thing for Black people growing up in this country, trying to raise a family in this country. And that's why people need to watch this movie. Even the stuff that Viola Davis' character, Ma Rainey, talks about in the scene with one of her bandmates. That happens all the time. And it's like, and I love how the character in real life, she didn't want to take no BS from nobody. She was going to get her respect as a strong African American woman in this country. And she didn't care who it was, black man, white man, you was going to respect Ma Rainey. And shout out to her. And she paved the way for a lot of upcoming artists coming her way, because she just wasn't going to sing because you told her to sing. She was strong, and I like that. So, like I said, definitely check this movie out. On the Kaiba scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this movie a solid 8.5. I liked it. I could be a little bit biased because I do like August Wilson, but I just felt like they did a good job with this movie, and the way they captured the tension in the recording studio, because this play takes place over a course of a day. So I just love how they captured everything that August tried to portray in this playwright. So if you have the opportunity, definitely check this movie out. It's streaming on Netflix. So if you like what you see, you want to see more, please, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. After doing that, hit the bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video. And leave a comment at the bottom. Let me know what you thought of this movie. And hit that like button while you're at it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.